Jerry Mallory here for SB Nation and PrivateTrade.com. Lions Game 2 is just a few hours away. Are you excited? I sure am. They're going down to Arizona trying to get a win in the desert, something they have not done in quite some time. Their chances look a little bit better than in previous years. Lions are 1-0. They're looking to improve to 2-0, staying ahead in the NFC North. So today we're going to look at 3 key players for the Arizona Cardinals, guys they're going to want to look at, and then we'll end it with a prediction. Now, in terms of injuries, 2 of note for the Lions: Jason Fox, right tackle, he won't be playing. Corey Hilliard steps in. He did decent. He played most of the game 1 against Minnesota. And then you have Nick Fairley. Now, let's be honest, he's been a little injury prone. I think that's the biggest deal for him, is staying on the field. He's questionable. I think he will play. Then for Arizona, the biggest injury is Larry Fitzgerald. He's questionable as well. It's early. These guys are going to try everything they can to be out there on the field. I think they will both play. Now, stop. Wait a minute. You're looking at me. I'm talking about Lions versus Cardinals, and I'm wearing a red shirt. I apologize. I realized the shirt that I threw on, and I said, man, well, it's time to do this video. I'm going to roll with it. Not intentional. I own a red shirt. Of all days to wear it, I wore it the week we'll be playing the Arizona Cardinals. Don't get it twisted. You guys know me. You know what I'm about. If you think for any second I'll be rooting for anybody at any point other than Detroit Lions, you're sadly mistaken. Forgive me for wearing a red shirt. Feel free to throw something at your computer screen at this red shirt, but don't break it because, hey, we know that I'm a Lions fan. I'm not a Cardinals fan. This shirt means nothing. Okay, that's enough. We're going to get into the 3 key players. Check out this quick video with moving pictures. It's really fancy, high tech. We're in the year 2013, baby. Take a look.
A lot of media attention has been given to Patrick Peterson this past week when talking about the Arizona Cardinals. Let's not forget, on the other side of the ball is the Hall of Fame bound wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald. Remember, the past few years, Fitzgerald has had the likes of Jonathan Skelton and Kevin Kolb throwing him the football. A little bit different this year. It's Carson Palmer, a proven veteran, someone that has done well in this league for quite some time. The last time Fitzgerald had a quarterback like that with him, this team was Super Bowl bound. Palmer, Fitzgerald, supposedly they have this great chemistry. It was apparent in the offseason. It was apparent in the preseason. And early returns when it counts. And the regular season is looking good as well. Fitzgerald had 2 touchdowns last week. Now, remember Christian Ponder and Jerome Simpson? Our secondary made that duo look pretty good last week. So if we don't step up, occasionally use the safety to help, and be more stout in the defensive backfield, we can only imagine what this much upgraded duo could do against this team. One good thing, though, we don't have to worry about an Adrian Peterson this game, so our safeties will be able to help a little bit more double teams, fewer 8 in the boxes. Overall, though, this team is going to have to step up, and the secondary is going to have to step up, because if they don't, this duo is going to be a nightmare for us in Arizona. Next up is the aforementioned Patrick Peterson, and yes, he is as good as built. Size, speed, coverage skills, ball skills, you name it, he's got it. He's going to play Calvin Johnson one-on-one more than any other defensive back that we're going to see this season, I guarantee it. Don't get me wrong, the safeties are still going to help. You're still going to see some double teams. The Arizona Cardinals will be foolish to play Calvin one-on-one all game, but we are going to see it, which means guys like Reggie Bush and Joique Bell are not going to have as many open lanes. The safeties will be coming down to help a little bit more. We will see more 8 in the boxes. So Calvin, it's going to be up to him to win these one-on-one matchups, plain and simple. When it's there, he's going to have to excel, and he's going to have to be the reason, in my opinion, if the Lions win, why they do just that. He's going to have a bigger game than, 40 or so yards and 3 catches. He was a great decoy last week, allowed everyone else to step up. Well, the safeties are going to be looking at the running backs more this week. They're going to say, hey, Patrick Peterson's got this guy covered. Hopefully, we're not going to, double him as much, and Calvin's going to have to make him pay. Peterson had a pretty good game against Calvin last year. Calvin had a lot of yards, but in the early stages of that game, when it was one-on-one, Peterson looked really good. So he's thinking, hey, I can do the same thing this year. Well, Calvin has a different opinion. He's going to say, hey, if you play me one-on-one, I don't care who you are, I'm going to make you pay. This is a great matchup. Don't forget, Peterson can play on the offensive side of the ball as well. But where it counts, where he makes his money, where he wins games for the Arizona Cardinals is on defense. He's also a return threat, but again, we're talking and focusing in on him as a defensive back. Don't worry, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue for Calvin. I mean, this is going to be the toughest matchup probably this year. I think Stafford is going to be someone that's going to try to force the issue, get the ball to Calvin early, just like they did last year, and they're hoping to get better results than what they had. If I noticed it, I know the team noticed it. I know Calvin noticed it. You can look at those stats last year, but when they faced each other one-on-one, I specifically remember watching, looking at the film, and replaying it. Peterson held his own against Calvin. How's it going to pan out this week? Well, only time will tell, but this is definitely a monumental matchup against two super athletes, two supreme beings, Megatron against Patrick Peterson. Last but not least is the wild card, Tyrann Mathieu. This was someone that many Lions fans over at Private Detroit said we should have drafted, maybe in the third round. Well, he's an Arizona Cardinal. He's there with his mentor, his big brother, Patrick Peterson, and he had some very impressive moments in the preseason. He's looking to step into the regular season and make an impact. I mean, he does it all, guys. He'll blitz as a safety. He'll get the interception. He'll force the fumble. Wherever you want to see on special teams, he can do it. He's one of those guys that reminds me in a way of Percy Harvin, but more from the defensive side of the ball. Percy Harvin, Randall Cobb, these guys are utility men. They're all over the field. They have a knack for the ball. They have a knack for getting yards. They have a knack for just being a football player and making football plays. Tyrann Mathieu isn't the fastest. He isn't the strongest. Hey, he's not the smartest from his off-the-field issues, but he is a football player, and he gets the job done. He's looking to make an impact in his rookie year, and we are hoping not to be the team that allows him to have his regular season breakout party.
So there you have it. Those are the three key players that the Lions are going to have to step up and make sure they don't go running wild on them so that they can pull off the victory. In terms of predictions, I predict the Lions will win this one. Final score, I don't know. Let's just throw something out there. 27-20. Now, if you remember, I picked them to go 8-8 at the beginning of the season. This is not one of the swing games. What I mean by swing games in terms of my prediction, I predicted them when I said 8-8 to win against Minnesota and to win against Arizona. Now, they start winning and beating teams that I didn't think they would win according to my predictions. Then my overall, record, it gets better more than likely. Let's say they beat Washington, and I've got Washington beating them on the road next week. Then maybe I say 9-7, 10-6. This is one of the games I'm predicting them to win. Like I said, it's going to come down to me, Calvin Johnson, winning his one-on-one matchup. Because if he can't win his one-on-one matchup against Patrick Peterson, that means they can continually play one-on-one. They can put that safety in the box. They can put 8 in the box. They can focus on Joyke Bill and Reggie Bush. And so our offense's dynamic suffers greatly. So, Calvin, you're going to have to win your one-on-one matchup. We believe that he can. I tell you, though, Patrick Peterson is one great cornerback. It's going to be a great one-on-one matchup to see. And like I said, it's not going to be one-on-one the whole game. You'd be foolish to have single coverage on Calvin for a whole game, but he will see it quite a bit. I mentioned Tyrann Mathieu not having any big plays in his first game. I stand corrected. He did force a fumble, so right out the bat, he's showing his playmaking ability. That's going to do it, guys. Give us your prediction, guys. You'll be keen on who on the Lions side. I gave you 3 guys to key in for the Arizona Cardinals. Who on the Lions side do you think will be instrumental? That's going to do it. We'll be back Thursday night with post-game reaction. Hopefully it will be a win. If it's a loss, we'll cope through it. It's early either way. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, the podcast is coming back quite soon. Be patient. It's right around the corner. Until next time, this has been Jerry Mallory for SB Nation and PrivateDetroit.com.